All right, folks, welcome back to Netflix Football. It was an amazing evening last night, opening up with my partnership with FANION Fantasy, and we discussed a lot of details with regarding to the app, where it came from, what ideas that it has, and we told you that today is gonna be the debriefing of the app of sorts, how the system works, picking my first team as the thumbnail suggests, and I'm sure you're all here in for a ride. We've got with us the CEO of Pelion, David. David, welcome back to Netflix Football. Back-to-back days, I'm sure you are tremendously busy at this point of time, but still, he has promised us quite around half an hour. Okay, I think Nazif has joined. Yep, Nazif is probably here.
Yep, he's joining.
He is joining. All right. No worries. So double the better. So like David, quick question to you before we actually start off with things and let Nazif come on the show. Is that this is the game week number 30. There was a minor change to the app that you mentioned in the group chat. Is that there would be green signs alongside players that are available. So what's the deal with that?
Yes, that's very important. We know that it's very difficult to predict currently if a player will start the game or not. It requires sometimes a lot of time, to check every website, to check for official lineups, etc. And since it was very difficult, we just thought that it would be simpler to help the players and to tell them to do the work, to do the homework for them, and to tell if the player is predicted to start, more or less like FPL is doing.
Nazif, welcome back. A bit of a late comer, as of sorts, but I'm sure you've
Sorry,
been.
guys. I had, apologies for. So can you guys hear me
Yeah, you're audible.
clearly? Yeah. So sorry, apologies for the late entry. I was just checking my fantasy team and reshuffling a bit before the show starts, and I lost track of time.
All right, so that much how addictive it is. All right, we'll go on to the stream. Just give me a moment to set up my mobile device. Just give me a sec. All right. Meanwhile, Nazif, can you talk through us the important players that we should be watching about? We'll talk about that in a bit. Just your thoughts since you were shuffling the team. Your thoughts on that?
I had some interesting picks, and being a City supporter, I tried my best not to be biased, but Kevin De Bruyne has a very good record against Chelsea. He has a very good record of scoring against them, both in away and home, especially in home. So he would be my man from the midfield. Bernardo Silva is another pick from City, if you're talking about. And from Chelsea, we know who's the obvious scorer. They need a penalty or they don't score. So it's gotta be Jorginho.
All right. I've booted up my FANION app. It looks like this. So what you've got to do is go to download the app, and you've got to click on leagues over here in between, below in the third tab as I am showing, and you have to click on join, and you enter the 8-digit code that you see on the description of this video. Just put it there and you will be joining the group Netflix. Already 4 players have registered waiting for you guys so that we can have a fun-filled time. Of course, it is game week 30 and I'm going straight into my team. First pick is going to be a goalkeeper. So if I just click on that, as easy as it gets, you can see Alisson, Manuel Neuer, Edouard Mendy, who's injured, like FPL suggests, like the updates that they have made. Green means that the player is available. Aaron Ramsdale, Tottenham versus Arsenal, David Ospina. Quite an interesting pick, a differential over there. I'm thinking Manuel Neuer but his price is high, but I think I'll save on goalkeeping over here. David, your thoughts on Mike Maignan, because they play Spezia, or even Juventus, Wojciech Szczesny. How out of that, what do you think is a good pick?
I think first people have to keep in mind that the goalkeeper is super important in the game because of the clean sheet bonus. We give a good goalkeeper that has a clean sheet will always score more than 200 points, which is a lot given the price of the goalkeepers. So I think it's very important to invest on the goalkeepers to have one solid one, the one that you expect not to concede a goal. And for instance, Maignan is one option, one very good option. So I would go with Maignan. And then what is super important is to find a goalkeeper that is playing before Maignan, and for this one, you can take more risk. You can find a goalkeeper that will have a lot of saves to do. So I think it's very nice. So you take risk with the first goalkeeper, and if he does not perform very well, then you can replace him later with Maignan. So that being said, I think most of the goalkeepers will have Maignan in their team. So for this pick, you have to be very good on the second goalkeeper that you'll have.
Nazif, why not? I did not point this question out towards David because he is a PSG fan. But Nazif, what are your thoughts on Keylor Navas? PSG playing Brescia. Think he's the goalkeeper that is starting at this moment of time. His form is all right. I've picked Keylor Navas. I'll just show his profile. Although PSG haven't been in decent form, but what do you think? Could be a differential, Nazif?
I think PSG. I'm not too sure about Keylor Navas because in the app there is an interesting factor there that you can check the average for the goalkeepers. Besides, I'm just checking Navas's average now. So it is 131. It's not bad for a goalkeeper, but it's not very good either. It means that he's not that active. Means as in he doesn't get tested that many times within a period of a match. So for me, when I'm taking a goalkeeper or a goalie from FANION, I look for goalkeepers that get tested more times, that has more chances to make more saves. So from my part, I would say go with someone like Kobel from Dortmund, because as good as Dortmund are going forward, they concede a lot. But conceding a lot means a lot of shots on target and a lot of saves too. So that's why for differentials, I would suggest Kobel would be a very good choice for our managers.
His fantasy ranking David?
And what about Radecki? Kobel can be a good pick, I agree. But Radecki is playing for Leverkusen that has a very interesting and difficult game against Mönchengladbach. So they will play away. I think it's going to be a very tough game. And Radecki did some also good performance. Doesn't look impressive here, but that could be a good risky choice. The one that all the managers won't be doing.
But Mönchengladbach this season has been, quite in a quite weird run. They lost 6-0 at home in this season, and that was a very weird match. So I don't know what to expect from Mönchengladbach this season, actually.
Okay, Kunalji has an interesting comment. He's a Liverpool fan. He says, pick David De Gea. Lots of saves incoming as both the games are away.
That's a very good option. That is a very good option indeed, because it's a circus over there at the back at United's defense. So more shots to be expected and more saves.
It's all over the team, not just the back line. Come on.
Yeah, especially the back.
Sir Harry Maguire is watching this show and deciding what to do. Okay, without wasting much time, we'll move on to the defense because we're talking about Harry Maguire. So a lot of good points coming from Alphonso Davies, but he is injured. João Cancelo rated highly at 6.5. Dayot Upamecano injured. Trent not sure. Question mark means I think not sure. Lucas Hernandez not sure as well. Virgil Van Dyke coming in at 6. Do you expect, David, Virgil van Dijk against Brentford? You expect a clean sheet, right? But then again, to explain to the viewers why he is not a popular choice. Because mostly don't have things to do on a Brentford match. Does he?
He doesn't have a lot to do. But that can be part of the strategy to have him, so that that you have players that that he's going to perform well. This is the kind of player you have the insurance, you pay an insurance for Van Dijk. So that can be a good choice. I like him. Cancelo is absolutely a no-brainer in most cases, but now that City is playing Chelsea, that's not that obvious given the price of Cancelo. But otherwise, you see that he's scoring like almost 200 points on average, which is incredible. I have still picked him, but I really like, for instance, Luan Perez from Marseille. I'm a PSG fan, but that doesn't prevent me from picking players from Marseille, and I think he's a very good choice.
Well, just wanted to add up what David was saying about Cancelo. Cancelo also assisted with Gabriel Jesus in the first match in the season against Chelsea. So you can expect big things from Cancelo in this match too. And the thing about City is they play position football. So as long as they have good position of the ball, there is always a chance that they're going to keep a clean sheet, and more passes, more position means more passes, and more passes means more accurate passes, to be precise. So more accurate passes means more points. So you got to keep one eye on that too.
Absolutely. Kunalji says Trent will start 100%. We'll come back to Trent in a bit. Let's talk about Milan Skriniar scoring 278 points on the last game week versus Lazio. As you can see the breakdown, goal scored 100 points, of course, and you can see all the detailed stats that you need to be keeping in mind when selecting this team, of course. David, quick thoughts, Atalanta versus Inter, Milan Skriniar. I think I'll go with Milan Skriniar. I'll take a risk. Yes. What do you think, sir?
I think it's a very strong choice, and you can definitely go that with Skriniar. I like him. It's a very good pick. And 5.5 million is a fair price, I think, for him. So yes, that's a very good choice. I would go with Marquinhos as well. Marquinhos is always a very good pick from PSG. It was above, and Marquinhos is the kind of player that can always score from a corner kick. Yes. He's always there.
A thumping header in him. Goals. Always has a thumping header in him, Marquinhos.
Yeah, he's always winning a lot of duels. So, yes, I think Marquinhos is a solid choice.
Another very interesting option I would like to mention is Jose Luis Palomino from Atalanta. And if you go through the selection process of our app, you'd see that his average is almost 162.6. So that's a very good average for a defender. And his past few matches, he's been scoring good points too. 179, 224, 176. Those are very good averages for a defender. And he is one of the scoring defenders. You can expect a goal out of him every now and then. Atalanta plays very good attacking football. They are not that defensive. They are not good at it either. So, you can expect a good return from someone like Palomino.
But considering all the matches that Atalanta have faced, there was this 2-6 last, because even if they are like the Leeds United of England, Atalanta, with the high pressing game that they play.
If you can, they're not ranked like 15 or 16 in the league. Huh?
Yeah, but they got the same, exact style of play.
Absolutely.
Similar style of play, not exact to be precise.
Moderating centre backs, in inverted wing backs, quite a mix of what City play. But you can see Palomino is an interesting pick. I think, excuse me, the cold is catching up. But there are a lot of missed passes, essentially because of the high tempo that they play with. So because I've got Milan Skriniar, because I've got Marquinhos, definitely one name that pops up in every team right now is Theo Hernandez. David, your thoughts? Probably is he the best left back in the world right now, Theo Hernandez?
Yes. It's simple as that. You have Hernandez and you have like Arnold. If you want to build a dream team, Hernandez on the left, Arnold on the right. And in central defense, you have the choice between good defenders. But yes, Hernandez is a very strong pick. Just have to make sure that he's playing. I haven't reviewed that if he was in the lineup yesterday with Milan, because I guess Milan played in the Super...
against Venezia.
Yes, in Supercoppa. So, no, not against Venezia. Before they had a game, they had a draw. They lost yesterday.
Maybe a cup match.
I guess,
That's cup match.
yes, it was a cup match, exactly. And I just want to make sure that he's in the lineup. But if he's in the lineup, yes, you go with Fernandes.
All
Yep.
right.
Just wanted to touch up on what David said. Theo Hernandez being the best left back. As long as Cancelo starts at the left back, he will always be the second best left back. And if he shifts to the right back position, then Trent Alexander becomes the second best right back in the world.
Okay, I'm gonna end my defensive pick with Reynaldo. He has a match against Olympique Lyon, and Lille versus Lyon, probably they are heavyweights in the French league. David can be more good judge of that. How do you think Reynaldo is a pick? He's averaging at around 151.7, but at that price point, is he a decent enough pick?
I think it's more than decent. Renildo is the kind of players that you really want to have in your team. I think he's super strong on duels, and you should pick Renildo. Check the yes, Renildo will. I think he's gonna be transferred maybe this summer, probably in Premier League. Renildo is a very, very good pick. I love him, and I guess not all the managers will think about him.
Let's see all the wild cards in active. So end of the last pick of defense in sub.
Last thing, yes, I want to add. The only thing that I'm not sure about is that Lille is playing Marseille, and I believe this is a game where you'll have goals. Typically, usually I think it's on a Sunday night, and in the French league for Sunday night, you always have goals in the games. So that's why if you pick him, there's a high chance that you won't get the clean sheet bonus.
I'll have a check on that one. I'll take a risk on this one and I'll end with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, definitely, because he was not playing in the last game. I think he has decent chances to start on this one as well, and whenever he comes in, he plays in a lot of tackles, and if Man United manage to keep that clean sheet, I'll definitely sub him on. Okay, on to the midfield right now. Okay, first choice, definitely Christopher Nkunku. His price is immense. He has been absolutely fantastic. If anyone are FIFA fans over here, he's got 4 promo cards in foot. Like, that speaks about how immense. One player of the month, one team of the week.
How many informs he's got?
2 or 3 informs, one headliner card, one player of the month, one team of the group stage. Nazif, over to you. Christopher Nkunku did not play that much of a big role in the Premier League when he was at Spurs, but he's a different animal, isn't he?
Well, this has been the breakthrough season for Nkunku, and I would take the credit for being the first one to, for FANION at least, and David can vouch for that. The first game week at FANION, I picked him. He scored me around 400 points. So yeah, from then on, there was no looking back. I picked him every time. But for this game week, I haven't gone with Nkunku, solely for the reason because Leipzig is going through a very rough patch, and Nkunku's return hasn't been what we have seen throughout the season so far in the recent matches. So I have decided to drop him, and there are very good options from the Bundesliga, especially there is Gnabry, since Sane is out injured or got the bug. Going with Gnabry would be a very good choice. Gnabry scored he's always on the in the action, scoring, assisting, and getting good points. So whenever he's been picked for the first team, so I think Gnabry would be a very good choice for our managers for the week, and especially with Bayern Munich playing against not a very strong side. So we can expect a good return from Gnabry.
Bayern Munich plays this time around. He plays, let's say, FC Cologne, newly promoted side. Of course, but I want, because since it's Tottenham versus Arsenal, I was thinking about this, David. I'll ask your opinion on this. Now, this is something new that we have not done in FPL before. Is select a defensive midfielder. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg gets in the tackles, gets in the duels, and if you can see his general ranking. He's not played the last few matches. That's a bummer. But if you can see his general ranking, he is all over the park. 4 duels won, tackles, interceptions. Since Arsenal is playing there, and Arsenal is a bit on a good patch right now. What do you think?
Is a good. I think it can be a good choice. Oh, I don't know if I'm cut, but
no, you're audible. You're audible. David.
Yes, I think I lost you. My internet connection was not that great.
Oh, we can hear you just fine.
Yeah, just fine. Let's talking about just Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. You were saying that he could be a differential.
I think like for a cheaper price, you can grab Verratti. That is going to have an amazing game.
Okay, see, he says no to Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, but I'll definitely go with Verratti, because talking about Verratti, 189 points, 7.5. He should be highly rated on this one. Definitely highly rated on this one. Another pick I was just talking with is Henrikh Mkhitaryan. Nazif, your thoughts? Roma versus Cagliari. Jose Mourinho's main man, although mercurial in his performances, at 5.5, is he a good differential?
Well, you'd have to look into the factors that he is an attacking midfielder, and if he was a defending midfielder, I would say, yeah, he could be a good a good option. But for an attacking midfielder, and with the run Roma is in currently, I wouldn't go with him. But I would suggest you another name, may not from the Serie A, but from going back to League One, and you'd obviously recognize this one, is Bruno Gomez.
Yes. Just see,
recognize this one. Yeah, so he is in fantastic form, and he's been assisting, getting the tackles in. He's been in the action all around the pitch. So he'll be a very good pick for the this game week. And since Lyon are playing Troyes, and Troyes are not very high up the league. They are 16th, they're sitting on 16 at the moment, and lost their last 2 matches. So that says something about their form, and we can expect a very good match from Bruno Gomez.
Guimaraes is in top form. We'll end the midfield with Christopher Nkunku, Marco Verratti, Henrikh Mkhitaryan, and Bruno Guimaraes. We'll keep the slot for the bit. We'll move on to the forward straight. The name pops up, Robert Lewandowski. David?
Lewandowski is like... Okay, the point with Lewandowski is that, of course, he is sensational. But to me, you can expect that most of the managers will have Lewandowski in their team.
38%.
So what is the strategy? Do you want to try to win the game week, or just to have a good score? If you want to have a good score, then go for Robert Lewandowski. But if you want to win, you have to, to find the differential, because as I said, maybe like 20%, 25% of the managers will name Lewandowski as a captain. So, and all the more the fact that it's very expensive, like you pay 12 million, that will give you like a limited choice now with the remaining budget for you see, you have 18 million remaining for 3 players. So that is an average of 6 million, and 6 million you will have troubles to get like good players. Because you pick like almost the best defenders, the best midfielders, except like Mkhitaryan in terms of price. So that's why now it's a bit difficult. And I would recommend, and it's the same for all the managers here, when you start composing before just analyze a bit the fixtures. So you click on fixture to try to identify, kind of supposedly like easy or tough games. So the players you really want to have in your team. Like maybe you see like Lazio is playing at Salernitana. So
Immobile.
To have Immobile, Pedro, because Pedro was playing also. I guess that we have also the midfielder Luis Alberto that is doing very well for Lazio. That could be a great pick. So like that, maybe you can save some good money and still have find value.
Okay, Pedro is listed as a forward. Is on at 7.0. I'll go with a differential on this one. Alex Lacazette, even though I'm a Premier League stan, Tottenham against Arsenal, Alex Lacazette always kind of scores. Musa Dembele against Troyes, I don't know if he'll start, although it's given in the predicted lineup with the green t-shirt symbol. But then again, if you're hoping about, even Dries Mertens is not on the game weeks anymore. Edinson Cavani. What are your thoughts about Edinson Cavani? Nazif, I'll go to you because you're a Man City fan. You always do not give up the chance to banter United. Edinson Cavani against Aston Villa. United do have a point to prove, don't they?
Well, yeah, one of the players I've got great respect for from this shambolic United side is Edinson Cavani. He's the one who's been driving forward, who's been, he puts his head down and goes about his business. He doesn't care about what's the pressure or anything else, what's going outside of the pitch. And he just does his job. He would be one of those players that you'd know what you're gonna get from. You know what you can expect from what you're gonna get from out of the player. And scoring wise, I don't see him.
Not that
frankly,
great.
I don't see him. No. It's not that he's not clinical or not that he's not a good poacher. He is all those things, and he has proven it throughout his career. The problem here is that United's midfield and defense and the forward is so disoriented and detached from each other that I don't see United, scoring or. The last match
It's Aston Villa. Come on, it's Aston Villa.
And the last match they lost to Wolves. That's my point. And at home too. And they hardly created a good chance. I mean, you saw the match. You can speak for yourself.
All right, I have to have one United player on my team, and I'll go with Edinson Cavani.
Okay. I'll give you Edinson Cavani. I mean, if someone scores,
it has to be Cavani.
It might as well be Edinson Cavani.
Is Greenwood expected to start or not?
There have been internal rumors, what I've gotten from my sources is that has been less eye to eye between Cristiano Ronaldo and Mason Greenwood, and we can expect, since Mason did not start the last one, Cristiano did not. Mason started the last one and Cristiano did not, and see a role reversal and maybe Rangnick going back to his 4-2-2-2. That means Ronaldo and Cavani up top, maybe with Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford starting, or maybe Bruno Fernandes popping in here and there. So I think Mason Greenwood would sit this one out, considering all the criticism he's been through. It's a rough patch, it's so predictable. I think I'll just go with Cavani.
I don't get it. Yeah, Greenwood was the better player. I mean, one of the good ones. In the last match against Wolves, he was looking like the player to create something. I'm not saying that they created anything, but he was looking the most likely. And then he took him. Then Ralph took him off and sent in Rashford, who, I mean,
the less we talk about that,
some
the
issues
better.
with. Yeah. I think he's got some issues with running and chasing for the team.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's allergic to running or something like that for the moment, Rashford.
I have no ideas about that. Okay, Juan Quadrado, although he initially played as the right back, has popped up back at right midfield this term. Thoughts about the differential? Because he's been very decent, David. 148 points if I just view his profile. In Serie A, the matches that he has scored 279 points, 238 against Udinese, who play very narrow. Do you think Quadrado can get his A game on at this point of time?
Yes. I think Quadrado, either Quadrado or Dybala can be a very good pick. Just to make sure that Dybala is playing. I'm not a Juventus expert, but I know that Dybala is dribbling a lot and is very good in front of the goal. So I think those are two good picks. Udinese is conceding, I guess, a lot of goals. And but the thing, when I look at the team right now, I'm not really convinced about the forwards. We have to change something because we have too many surprises in the with forwards. We have to go with at least Haaland, either Haaland, Mbappe, or Lewandowski or Ronaldo. because we've picked like 2 players that have been out of their game for
quite a
while
while
now.
time. This is too much of a surprise. But then
No,
again,
too risky. Yes, get at least one. So remove Immobile and Cavani and get like at least a player
he is
you
going to
could get
score.
Yeah.
Talking about differentials, and the best Lewandowski alternative for me would be Patrick Schick.
Oh,
Scored
Patrick Schick.
50, scored 17 goals from 15 matches this season in Bundesliga, and he's only behind Lewandowski in the top scorer sheet, and already ahead of players like Erling Haaland. So it's almost an automatic choice. If you're not going with Lewandowski, Patrick Schick is your man.
I'm kind of going with Erling Haaland on this one.
Samrat, I can tell you, I picked Schick for a game week where he scored almost 500 points, and guess what? I named it captain. So that made like almost a thousand points. You can't. No one can beat you when you get like that score.
He
come on, Erling Haaland is playing Freiburg, and I'm definitely sure that he's going to score a hat trick. He's going to fry them.
I agree, and maybe what I would do potentially is to remove Nkunku. I know that he's amazing, but just to save budget, Martinelli can be a very good pick also. Martinelli, I like him. He's good.
Martinelli is a brilliant footballer and a very good option. And he's playing at the wing at the moment. And I have seen, I think Arsenal got a home match against Tottenham.
But does he start though against Tottenham, where Arsenal would be looking to park the bus? Does he start though?
I don't think Arsenal will be parking the bus against Tottenham. It's gonna. Sorry. Are you talking about?
No, I was saying. So yes, not sure to start. Maybe better to go with Ben Yedder. The bonus with Ben Yedder is that he's hitting penalties. Monaco has, I guess, a very good game at home against Clermont. So Ben Yedder can be a very good pick. 7.5 million is like very decent.
Very good insurance in all league brought Haaland, and a surprise, not so surprise package. Ben Yedder has always been, even in his Sevilla days, he was absolutely brilliant. I've gone with Sergej Milinkovic-Savic instead of Christoph Nkunku because Lazio play against Salentina, so that would be a decent pick because he's all over the pitch. He wins duels, he wins the midfield. He's like a modern day Yaya Toure. And to complete off 7 million budget that I have, maybe
I love the choice that you made. Now 7 million, you can still have a very good midfielder.
No, I have a forward left, so I'll at 7 million.
Okay, let's see what we can get at 7. Or sometimes, you can even look up to 7.5 million and maybe sell one player to get, for instance, if you feel like a good forward with 7.5, you can still sell Van Bissaka and try to find a good defender for 5 million. That works as well.
So another good option would be Pasalic from Atalanta.
Oh, yeah.
So I think he's going for how much at the moment? I'm not too sure. I think he was 5.5. I'm not too sure about his current price.
It's not a
Has it been updated? Has it been updated? I'm not too sure about it.
He's been updated as a midfielder. That's why you can't find him.
All right.
But playing Inter Milan,
bit risky.
Yes, a bit risky.
Yeah, because Inter Milan's defense has been watertight this season. I think they got the best defensive record at Serie A alongside Napoli, so it's going to be very tough. But Pasalic had been in quite a run recently, so I got quite a few points off of him, and it could be a good option to have. But judging by Inter Milan's defensive record so far this season, I'd rather not bet against that defense.
I have 7. Go on.
Felipe Anderson. You have Andre Silva that can be also a very good pick.
Felipe Anderson, I think is he's here. 7. I'll go for Andre Silva because I have a good notion that he might just RB Leipzig might just score, and Andre Silva and Nkunku might just get an assist. I took your word and removed Nkunku, but I think he's gonna have a good game week. All right, we need to pick a captain in this team. Milinkovic-Savic, is that a good captain choice, David?
That's an interesting one. I think given that most players will have Haaland as a captain, you can, if you really want to win this, Milinkovic-Savic can be a very good captain, not the one that everybody is thinking about. So I would go yes with either Savic or Haaland.
I'll just pick Milinkovic-Savic just for like experimenting and stuff. Okay,
and you have to click on save now.
All right.
I think you should cap Cavani, since you've got so much confidence on him.
Cavani is not in the team. I just edited him.
Okay, better yet, Wan-Bissaka.
Okay, this is my first team. Can I change the formation? How do we change the formation over here?
That's a very good question. A lot of people are asking us sometimes how to change the formation. Just so you know, we have on the app, you have on the My Club section, or if you click on the profile, there is a section where you can you have a FAQ, so you can answer all the questions.
All right. So over here, if you just
a very simple way to change the formation is you don't need to you don't need to go into a formation system where you can you hear me?
Yeah, audible.
Yeah.
So you can just when you just replace an attacker with a midfielder, you automatically switch to, let's say you have two attackers, a 4-4-2 formation, and you're replacing, for me, I have Diogo Jota on my team, and I want to replace Guimarães with Diogo Jota. So if I put in Diogo Jota there, I'd have a 4-3-3 formation.
I just did that and playing 3-5-2 at the moment. So Marquinhos, Skriniar and Theo Hernandez is my defense. Quadrado, Guimarães, Mkhitaryan, Verratti and Milinkovic-Savic. Up top, it's Ben Yedder and Erling Braut Haaland. Decent enough team, David?
I'm very happy because I let you go like that. And this is a huge mistake that you're making. And we are here to explain why, so that all the people here cannot make it as well. The most important part, as I said, is to put on the lineup the players who have their games first. So the only important thing right now is not to focus on the formation and tactics, it's to focus on who is playing first.
Because we can substitute them, right?
Exactly. You can substitute later on and you can change formation later on. But right now, let's say you have, example, Andre Silva is playing first, okay, in the game week. He's in your bench, and you just see that he's scoring like 400 points. But since he's in your bench and he has already finished his game, you cannot put him again on the pitch. It's too late. So that's why you have to go on the fixture part of the app and check who's playing first.
Saturday 15 Jan at 8 p.m. Andre Silva is playing first at this moment of time. Ben Yedder will start on the bench as it is right now. For all the fixtures, I think we have around 1 minute left, say, until Zoom decides that the meeting is over. So quite to wrap up. We'll take more questions on the comments, and I think David would be busy as well. Any more changes that you would suggest at this point of time? We'll take the conversation on the group chats, on the social media as well. If you can see over here, you can take the entire chat over here as well. So do join in over there. Quick suggestions, David and Nazif. David, go first.
No, just to make sure that you look over the game weeks on the tab, the tab section of the app, game weeks, and to make sure that on the bench you have the players who play last. So it means like players playing on Sunday evening, something like that, based on the players you've chosen. And otherwise, I think it's a very good team. And next, all you have to do is to check the fantasy leagues. the Netflix league. And so you can have all the fun with your friends, your fellows, and see who they picked and the private league ranking.
Absolutely. Yeah. So here is the game week. So you can click on game weeks on the left tab and you can see all the games that are in attendance. But we'll talk about that in the group chat. David and Nazif, thank you so much for joining in. It's absolutely brilliant having you guys on board. And let's connect in some future time to discuss how the performance went.
Okay, yeah, Samrat, I hope that you can score more than 2,000 points for your first team composition.
Not with Wan-Bissaka in his team.
All right, guys. Enough of the banter. We'll see what Manchester United does. Bye-bye for now. Let's meet on the next one. Yeah.
And I'll get you a shirt.
Okay, that I think Zoom prematurely ended the meeting. But then again, this has absolutely been fantastic going on with David and Nazif talking about the fantasy teams in FANION. So guys, do register at FANION. The link is in the description. What you are supposed to join, and click in the code and you can join in directly over there. I hope you've explained more. Get in on that, get in on the fun, and you'd absolutely be thrilled with what we have in store and what we have in plan for you. So I think that is the cue for me to give you the heads up that this game week is gonna be absolutely amazing. Bye bye for now. We'll see you pretty soon to review on this game week. Although Manchester United playing Aston Villa tomorrow, I'll keep you updated if I'll do a watch along. Bye bye for now. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.